All music tracks in this video game are copyright free. Well, Markawa, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you saying that right in the beginning. Hello everyone, and welcome to Overcome Your Fears, Caretaker. Or should I say, Overcome Your Fears to Fathom, since this, at least visually, is looking very similar. Kind of funny how the faux PS1 faux VHS was done in a very specific way in one series, and even that's kind of become its own style that we've seen in several other games. You are playing the first episode, playtime 1 hour, so I guess it's also taking after it in that way. Now, I'm playing this for a specific reason. Very recently, I played a game called Exit Only by the same developer for 3 short horror games. It had a really nice atmosphere and premise, but it had such a goofy, abrupt conclusion literally right when it was getting started. It really was a short horror game. And I was interested in seeing the developer do more, like something more serious, and as it turns out, even within the game, was essentially an ad for this, which was soon to release. Well, it's out now, and reviews are actually pretty decent, saying that it probably doesn't do anything that'll knock our socks off, but I've always thought that there's nothing wrong with a well-executed cliché. And if people generally liked it, well, I'm willing to give it a try. So, let's start a new game. May 24th, 6:43 p.m. May 24th, 6:43 p.m. Finally, school is over. This feels so weird. It's walking automatically, but I can move the view. Little convenience store over there. This is actually pretty chill and good looking though. I like the music. Good thing my friends asked me to look after their house while they're on vacation. It's a great chance to relax a bit. I too like to exposit my weekend to myself while walking. I wonder how everything's set up at their place. Hopefully there won't be any surprises. Oh boy, I sure hope no masked killer decides to stalk me while I'm all alone at an unfamiliar place this weekend. Alright. The main thing is not to forget to look for some side job while I'm there. Everything else is just details. A side job for your side job? The neighborhood feels calm, and I can almost breathe freely. It's nice having a little forest nearby. Isn't this a perfect way to start the summer? Yes, it sure is, Captain Exposition. I too like to say all this to myself while walking to my destination, so that if any observers were to join me or take over my body in that moment, they would know precisely what to think about. Well then, welcome to your new home for the next week. Hey, if I can pretend to have home ownership for a little while, that's fine by me. There's a little radio right here on the patio. Is there something down there? Ah, there's the key. And something over here, just a little magazine it looks like. Alright, we're in. I think I'll start by looking around the house, wondering where I'm going to sleep tonight. I understand it's just a way to give us the objective, but it's still really, really funny. Alright, let's find the light. There we go. There's our progress bar for exploring the house. Thankfully, the light switches are luminescent. Okay, this has got to be like an Eastern European developer, right? It feels like it because the light switch is on the outside of the room, which is something that I've seen in games taking place there, but it feels more American in aesthetic. Can we get that light on as well? Let's turn on everything. We're spending the night in a strange place. We're not going to worry about mood lighting until we're a little bit more comfortable. Well, this game does have some mood to it. It's a thing that I sort of liked when Fears to Fathom did it the first time I played it. And over time, it's kind of grown on me. It's got a little bit more oomph to it, I think, than just doing faux PS1 or just doing faux VHS. Which are two things that, when you think about it, don't really necessarily belong together. I mean, it's not like you played PS1 games off of VHS tapes. Whatever. What is that? What have you left out for me? Is that what I'm supposed to nibble on for the rest of the weekend? But you see here, there's actually like a decent amount of detail, but it's got that fine grain over it, and I don't know, it makes it look crisp in a way that a lot of like similar faux retro games don't really do. It's weird that this became a style, but I do sort of like it, so I'm not complaining too much. Sugar bits. You left about 8 sugar bits out for me. We have got juice, cheese, a little bit of tomato or maybe salami, and toast, which is in the fridge for some reason. Absolutely nothing in the freezer. But hey, at least the architecture of the house is kind of nice. And it's not an asset that I've seen before, which is another bonus. No, seriously, even in like the good games, like I recently played Owl Lights, and that was a great game, one of my favorite games from this year, but it still used a house I've seen 50 times before. TPS report. A little candle beside a phone. I'm sure that won't come into play. Well, I guess this is where I'm sleeping. Looks like the light's not working. There's a couple of slatty closets right here. Closets which I can climb into, and I was wondering if this was going to be a thing, but yes, the microphone mechanic is very much in play here. Well, at night, it will make it easier to hide there, I suppose. The lights aren't working. I haven't eaten anything yet today, so it might be a good idea to go to the kitchen and make a sandwich. Yeah, much more than the rabbit food that they left out for me. Just make sure all the lights are on. Part of the purpose of this is so that I know if any of the lights end up turning off. I'll know that somebody's in here with me. I can sit down. For Steve. You can use the laptop if you need it. Password, Emily1311. Okay. Ooh. Wow, she's even got Overcome Your Fears EXE. Error. You're... No, not really. I don't think you meant Overcome Your Fears. Oh, you're already in the game. I can see you. Wait, no, hang on. I was in my early game stand-up comedy routine. I didn't realize this was actually going to get kind of creepy right away. No, that made it worse, not more friendly. Error, you just broke the fourth wall. Okay, we've got a folder on the desktop. Kitty! Kitty, hi! Oh, look at you, kitty! Oh, that's a scary piter kitty. Does whatever a piter kitty does, and can't. Oh. Look at that kitty being scunched about it. Okay. Well, that was delightful. Snake. Oh, wait, it's WASD. Ooh, it's Snake, but with ghosts. Well, I guess it's better graphical fidelity than the Snake I used to play on my mom's Nokia. Nope, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Nope. We can turn on a dime. I really am just going to spend the whole early part of this game doing, like, mini-games. That's actually not a bad thing. I like it in games like this. Fears to Fathom kind of set the precedent that things like this would be in here, but there is a reason for it. In these sort of, like, relatable horror, semi-life sim games, you want to have distractions like this. It's much like a regular work sim where you want to distract the player and kind of make them forget that it's a horror game for a little while. It makes the inevitable intrusion all the more jarring. In the meantime, however, I am doing super awesome at Snake. This is actually a really big map. What about you? That even cause us to grow at all? I didn't see what that did. Okay, more than one at a time. It requires good timing, but it's actually not very hard to grab these guys. Yes, I really am just going to make you watch Snake for a little bit. If I'm doing it, you have to as well. I am starting to get pretty done with this, though. Actually, yep, now we're actually getting to the point where we have to strategize a little bit, because we can form our own wall. Sneak is really easy until it's really hard. That's the cool thing about it. Hello everyone, and welcome to Snake. The classic arcade game, now with visual tiles. Kind of like Dwarf Fortress. And exactly as complicated as Dwarf Fortress. Okay, man. What do you give me? A crazy amount of points, that's what. Alright, I'm done. Quit. 810, I'm good with that. Flags. Okay, I believe that's Romania. Okay. I think one of the Fears to Fathom games had this as well. Oh, I have no idea. Nope. It was Grenada. Okay, down here it says chances of making a mistake, 0. Denmark? You, It's giving me all the ones I really do not know. Andorra? You, Tuvalu? I'm pretty sure that's Costa Rica. Yes. I'm gonna say that's Morocco? Yes. Okay. Brazil. Moldova? Yes. That's, yeah, North Macedonia. Tonga? Yes, okay, that was a guess. Mali? No. I have an extra chance for an answer, though. Nah, it was Rwanda. Okay, this is Iraq. This is Switzerland. Argentina. Norway. Australia. Oh, come on. No, you can't do that. It's gotta be New Zealand. Wow, they really are just a little to the right, huh? I'm gonna say Congo. Qatar. I'm getting so ridiculously invested in these mini games. No. There we go. I'm still going. Country is this. That's Latvia. I really don't... I'm getting lucky on some of these guesses. I'm gonna say Bhutan. We've already done you. Man. Well, oh wow, that was a total guess. Okay, Panama? Georgia. That's South Africa. No, wait, what am I doing? Is it? Yes. Turkey. I got no friggin' idea. I'm getting really, really lucky on all these guesses. But not this little dude here? Okay, there we go. I did not recognize little dude. Okay, well, as fun as this is, I really don't mean for this to actually take up the entire thing. So there's only one more game to play. Emily 1311. Memory game, which is going to be definitely the most short-lived. Oh, hey. Look at that. Yeah, no, I actually wasn't studying them, so I'm definitely done for. Every memory game I've played has been like you click them to reveal first. There we go. reverse difficulty curve, that's how it is. Easy enough. Hey, are those images perhaps foreshadowing for things that will be appearing in this game? I don't care. I am starving, obviously, after an hours-long play session. Or at least what feels like one. So we should be heading downstairs. Look at this pig just piling up all her trash in the corner there. Let's close doors behind us so that we know what's going on. Let's assemble our dinner. We need toasted bread. Over there. Cheese. Sausages. Those are peppers down there. I guess this counts as sausage? Looks more like salami to me. And I guess that's it. The party cracker special. Wow, we really are just, like, eating party crackers. All right. I guess now I can get some rest at the computer in the second floor room and go to bed. Oh no, you're sending me right back to the computer? I jumped the gun to do all that stuff. Can I watch TV? No signal, because apparently it's 1995. Oh, no, never mind, here we go. Foramen. .333. Anybody who's played Voices of the Void knows that something's gonna happen. Don't worry. Oh wow, you're reading it. Well, that's something we get to carry with us to bed. Not the kind of thing you want to watch when you're in an unfamiliar place alone for the week. You know, I guess being a caretaker is kind of like a job sim. Let's get back on the laptop. Emily 1311. So now we're back here. Browser. We can search anything. No. No. Well, I guess Google's down. I want to sleep. Me too. It's time to go to bed. It's getting dark, and I'm pretty tired today. Well, okie dokie then. Let's shut the lights. There's a newspaper here. I can pick it up, but I can't seem to put it back down. Oh, guess I'll just sleep with it. Look at that, a pie loading bar. Now that's novel. May 25th, 3:25 a.m. I'm insanely thirsty. Need to grab some soda from the fridge. Hey, those lights weren't on before. Maybe we turned it on during the night. At least we found it. What the hell? It seems there's something wrong with the electricity. I need to go out to the backyard and check the circuit breaker. Sure thing. Oh, it is so dark. With the grain, it's like the whole image is crawling. Like if something were to move subtly, I wouldn't even notice it. I'm so envious of the lights outside. Okay, presumably the circuit breaker is in the back or around the side, right? It's probably it over there. There's no way through here. Hello? Check electrical shield. Oh my God! What are you doing here? Who are you? What are you doing on my property at this hour? Sorry, I'm from the neighboring house. Heard some noise, and when I saw you, I thought you were a thief. This is my friend's house. They asked me to keep an eye on it. What are your friends' names? Oliver and Emily? Yeah, I know them. Alright, that's a relief. So, you're here all alone watching the house? Aren't you scared being out so late? Yeah, alone. Why should I be scared? Also, you know Emily has a memory game using your picture, right? Kids these days. Don't even read the papers, do you? No idea what's going on around here. I mean, I picked up a paper briefly. I don't know about reading it. What do you mean? People say there's a killer around these parts. They found a man's body in the woods the other day. Thanks for the heads up. I'll be careful. I'd better get to bed. Sorry again for spooking you. Yeah, hey, it's 3 a.m. It's weird that you heard a noise and got dressed and came out here. Did so pretty quickly. Alright, thanks for checking in. Somebody, wait, whoa, wait. I barely saw it, but there was somebody back there on the other side of the fence. I saw somebody's head moving. So that's the cool thing about the Fears to Fathom games. They allowed us to have a fairly normal setting that just sort of slowly built tension for most of the runtime. The big, horrendous scare was usually only right at the very end. And all throughout that time, it not only had creepy things happen to you, it had red herrings, things to make you question where it was actually going to come from. This is the strangest situation that's ever happened to me. Gotta grab a drink and figure out what just happened. There we go. Maybe I can understand this man's concern. Well, soda mix is a classic way to generate empathy for yourself. But to stay up at this hour and go to someone else's backyard for the sake of justice, that's what he was doing, seeking justice. This is all incredibly strange. Anyway, gotta try to get some sleep. Well, the rest of the lights have remained on. And I think we're gonna leave them that way. No, first I need to turn off the light. But can we just leave the lamp on, like we did before? I don't know why I'm so specifically impressed with this Pi loading screen. May 25th, 9:17 a.m. Wow, you slept a ridiculously long time. It was an anxious night, but anyway, it's time to get up. Who the heck is knocking this early? If I wanted, okay, I probably could go on the laptop and just ignore the world for a while. Guess it was the mailman. Yes, who typically knock. Exciting discounts at 612. Attention shoppers, 612 is thrilled to announce a range of exciting discounts this week. Whether you're stocking up on essentials or treating yourself to something special, we've got you covered. 20% off all beverages, including our wide selection of juices and sodas. Fresh produce sale. Enjoy up to 30% off on selected fruits and vegetables. Eat healthy and save more. Hurry in today and take advantage of these fantastic deals. Offers valid while supplies last. See you at 612. Oh, in worse news, adults and children, do not go into the forest at night. This is how Sergeant Mark Mitchell commented on the tragic situation after they found a lifeless body this morning. Emily has a picture of the body as well. Anyway, an eyewitness, having decided to take an early walk in the forest, accidentally stumbled upon the body. Frightened, he immediately called the police and led them to the crime scene. After examining the body, the forensic expert stated that the body was fresh. The murder was committed at around 2 a.m. The body was horribly mutilated, and it's hard to believe that a human could have done this. Be careful on the streets at night. Well, I need to check if there's anything to eat in the fridge. I'm terribly hungry. There's absolutely no food. I need to go to the store. I'll buy some noodles. You don't even want to challenge yourself to some peppers? Well, it's a good thing the advertisements told me exactly where to go. And besides, after the events of last night, it'll do me some good to go for a walk. This game is doing a pretty good job at building its mood. And it's got a consistently changing mood too, because we walk here at dusk. It's got a chill but somewhat eerie vibe to it that builds throughout the night. We have our scare in the middle of the night, but then we get to wake up and kind of enjoy some normalcy for a little bit. See the neighborhood for what it is. What's that noise? Good question. Wait, is that coming from over here at the neighbor's house? I think it is. Is this the guy that came over last night? Hang on, it's going to take me a long time to run over there. I am horribly out of shape. Look, there's cars going by, even people walking on the streets. I mean, maybe there's a rational explanation. Wow, he's really gone at it. And he saw me. And he's unseeing me. This old man is getting weirder and weirder every day. Can we perhaps have a word? No, no. The invisible wall that is my fear prevents me from going any further. Or from messing with his mail to see if he subscribes to Killers Monthly. Well, guess I better make this walk a jog. Seriously though, this game is actually, like, really pretty looking. It's got that style to it, but it doesn't obscure your vision too much. And I was looking away, but that garage door was closing as I was passing. Could I maybe have caught a glimpse of something? That logo design, wow. You're welcome. Hello? Look at that grin. Okay. So what do we want? We want some noodles, right? I think this would make a good ramen. Okay. Which, there we go. Hey, you hear about any killers around here? One package of ramen, that'll be $2.99. Thank you for buying. Goodbye. Is there anything else around here we should know about? Get some... they don't have Cool Ranch. the only acceptable Dorito. Well, that's not true, but it's definitely the god amongst Doritos. Hey, take care of yourself. It's a turbulent time. Thanks. Do you say that to everyone? Man, everyone around here just loves to imply that the neighborhood is unsafe. Also, just this in-between houses in a residential area. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love that, but it's still weird. Hey. You do seem to have access to the alleys behind the gas station. Or it's not a gas station, it's just a convenience store. I can't walk up to you to see if you've seen anything. Man on the porch. Oh, never mind, you'll call out to me. Hey man, wait up. No, it's fine, I got all day. Good afternoon. You wanted something? Here you are walking home in your thoughts, and you don't notice at all what's going on around you. What are you talking about, you misshapen-head weirdo? It's good that I'm observant and noticed from my porch how money fell out of your pocket. If it weren't for me, you would be without it now. Oh, you're right. These are my money. That's right. You see how considerate people can be? Yeah, thank you. All right, man. Have a good day. Glad I could help. Have a good day. Thank you again. Introducing the cast of characters, huh? All of whom appear alongside a body in the memory game, which kind of makes Emily the prime suspect. Oddly enough, the body is bagged in that photo, which kind of makes it even more amusing. But I love games like this. It's doing a competent job at being a horror game, but there's some quirks in here that are just bizarre. Almost home. Can't wait to eat. I have to go straight to the kitchen. And my newspaper is still on the floor. Yep, there we go. I'm a good housekeeper. Let's make ourselves some ramen. I guess I'll eat in the living room while watching TV. Well, I guess it's better than while you're cooking ramen, during which time you're apparently in a coma. Oh, let's see what's on their box of nightmares. Oh, I guess we're watching the same thing again. Can I actually sit down, though? Maybe I have to go get the other thing. Wait, did I pick up what I was eating? There we go. That makes more sense. Wait, if we wait and watch something else, will that be a thing? I don't know. Who cares? You know, this always happens whenever I try to explore around and see what else I can do. It ends up being redundant, stuff that I had to do later. Oh well, sippy slurp. Sippy slurp. A friend of yours. Although you are now officially a recurring image to me, so I kind of expect to see you standing over my bed at some point. Oh, I'm all done. I dozed off. I gotta take this plate to the sink. Somebody's scrounging around back there. It was just my imagination, right? I'm not so sure about that. I'm afraid I wasn't imagining things, and someone really is wandering in my backyard. I'll take the knife and check. Oh yeah, there's our little attack. We're gonna stab you. Well, they clearly went that way. Why are we checking the backyard? There's not even a way there, and we don't have a flashlight. Look at this. This side doesn't even go there. Strange. I don't remember leaving a chair here. A way to get out and walk between houses, I suppose, but once more, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, it's completely open on this side. My knife catching the glint, that makes it at least 10% sharper. Oh wait, are we still not done checking the backyard? Seems like there's no one here, in the opposite of the place where we saw them. I'd better go in the house and get some sleep. I guess I've been pretty stressed these past few days. Am I taking the knife with me? I've not checked the bedroom for a while. Okay, actually, I don't know, I was suddenly overcome with the urge to check the closets in the dark room. Although I'm sure I'll be using them myself. It's always an interface spoiler when that microphone icon comes up. Let's just sleep with a knife in our hand. Oh no, we're putting it on the bedside. Okay, that speaks to intention. May 26th, 9:59 a.m. I think we might be dreaming. Either that or there was something in the ramen. Ah, well, that's how we know what time it is. In an endless field of body bags that actually look more like elongated garbage bags, but... well, that's none of my business. What is my business is who's standing at the end of the hall. In an ominous red glow. Howdy, neighbor. It's so obvious you're a killer, I'm starting to think it's some sort of misdirect. Neighbor. Raw wood whispers broken clocks. What? Stars shatter on the cracks, like ice in the fingers of the wind. Okay, I kind of like the dream logic in this. You appear in the scary way that we perceive you in real life, but when you speak, you're not making sense. But it still feels like the tone of a confession. Shadows run across the glass and scream without a tongue. Dead flowers chew emptiness, and flesh bites bone. I don't understand anything. Eyes burn in the tree, and the wind cuts the white paint and laughs with its teeth. I don't understand. Where am I? Blood drips into the silence. Bugs dance on the nerves of the godforsaken, and the night tears up maps and throws them into the windows. Dust dances in mouths and burns with cold. It's a pity the nails cry in the wine. Wake up. Wake up! "10:01. That was a very, very strange dream. Need to get up. Really need to use the bathroom. Are we gonna have a peeing minigame? Are we that derivative of Fears to Fathom? Alright. Our current objective? Go to the bathroom! Which I believe was downstairs. Check behind the curtain. Okay, no, I guess we're just doing it this way. Relieve yourself. Of course there's a minigame. Of course there's a minigame. It even has painting mechanics. Look, if we allow two little pools to form over the open hole, it's like a little smiley face. It's excited to be here. Let's wash our hands. Well, I guess it redeems itself by having a mini game for this as well. Well, I guess we're just going to rinse and not actually use any soap. Well, I've been meaning to look for a part-time job. I gotta get on the computer. I'm just looking all over for anything which might be relevant. Yeah, look, that alleyway behind the house, it seems like it, oddly enough, runs between yards, which is a weird waste of space, and pretty much leads all the way down to the end of the block where the convenience store is. That's Emily 1311. And I guess we're going on browser. Job. Oh, you're going to do it for me. Part-time job for summer. Oh, the wind is really picking up outside. Atmospheric. Fast money. Not legal. Come in. Part-time job for winter holidays. Part-time job for teenagers during holidays. Flexible schedule. Wow, the link is so good that Emily already looked there. Workers needed for a game dev company full-time. Oh. Memes about part-time jobs. The funniest memes of the day. Vacancies for developers and IT specialists. Learn how to create passive income quickly without SMS and registration. Build a career in the creative industry. Find your dream job freelancing. Fast loans without references and guarantors. We can't even search the other ways. What about not legal income? I guess we're going here. Summer job. Your perfect summer starts here. Ooh, we could be a summer camp counselor? Wow, none of these are great for not getting murdered, but then again, I've played a lot of job sim games. Discover a world of adventure and fun by working as a counselor at a summer camp. Help children grow, organize games and activities, and spend an unforgettable summer outdoors. This is an ideal option for someone who loves kids and active recreation. Age requirement must be 16 plus. Approximate salary, $200 to $400 per week. Often includes room and board. Cozy cafe. Looking for a job where you can develop communication skills and earn tips? Join our Cozy Cafe's team. Prepare delicious coffee, interact with customers, and become part of a dynamic atmosphere. Must be 16 plus, 10 to 15 per hour plus tips. That is not how it works in real life, and this is actually much better. Ironbark Lookout. For lovers of solitude and nature, a unique opportunity to become a fire lookout at Ironbark. Observe the vast forests, ensure safety, and spend your summer away from the city hustle. Enjoy breathtaking views. Must be 20 plus years old. $25 to $4,000 per month. Often includes living quarters. Though those living quarters aren't much to speak of. You know, at another time in my life, that might have been worth it. Let's apply for that, obviously. Too bad I'm only 19. That sounds seriously awesome. I'll definitely check it out when I'm older. Okay, what about here? We can enter our name and contact info. I guess I really am just me. Ah, never mind. We're doing it correctly. Steve Jackson. Well, if the FBI are ever looking for you, you'll be hard to narrow down. SteveJackson820@gmail.com. And why I'm the ideal candidate. Let's see what essay this spits out. Oh, wow. No. We actually have to do this. Previous job experience. Wow, it's actually going to take a real long time to list out my full resume, but I think this should be enough for the cafe. There we go. Looks like mail again. Need to pick it up. Let's go. If I want a fire, you would not be moving very quickly. Oh my god. You even played the same sound. Ah, gotcha. What are you doing? I told you to be more careful. See? You're not at all ready for scary and serious things. Get off my porch, old man! How could I have been prepared for some guy I last spoke to in the backyard at night to come back a couple days later and jump out at me on my own porch? Hey, don't be so mad. I meant well. Alright, maybe you're right. I saw the news in the paper. Thanks again for worrying me about that night. What is this conversation? You see? The things I've seen over the years. In any case, always happy to help. Yeah, thanks a lot. Alright, kid. See you around. Yeah, maybe. We'll definitely see each other again. Strange man. I don't understand him at all. His words make sense, but something's definitely not right about him. Okay, I think I've had enough of uninvited guests. I'd better lock both doors and try my best not to open them, even if someone knocks. Otherwise, I'm not far from a heart attack. Okay, lock. Something's wrong with the lock. I think a screwdriver might... You went from being on the screen forever to, like, 2 seconds. And I just noticed this vase is actually a clickable object. I mean, not right in this moment, but presumably we can use it for something, right? Should be somewhere in the chest of drawers near the laptop. Okay. Well, at least it comes up again. There. Up there. There we go. Man, if the front door really doesn't lock like that, you've got some strange problems, and it kind of makes me wonder if that guy wasn't working on it. There is no mail at the front. That's worth noting, I feel. Oh, wow, it's a minigame. Use the A and D keys to move the slider. Keep the slider inside the moving zone. Okay. Here we go. And locked. Perfect. I'm beginning to suspect daylight sabotage. Now I just gotta put the screwdriver back. It's kind of neat that a majority of this game is taking place during the daylight. So there's a very clear, like, distinction between the normal and horror sections. How it balances those, I guess, remains to be seen. Ooh. But I guess we're making another transition then. May 27th, 1:57 a.m. What a day yesterday was. Tonight, this thick sense of dread won't leave me. Not a single day in this house has felt calm. The neighbor acted so strangely yesterday. What did his words mean? We'll definitely see each other again. I just want my friends to return, and to drive back home. The town seems hushed. After the murder in the news, people lock their doors earlier, and even the wind tries to whisper softer. If someone knocks again, I'll be ready. Or at the very least, I'll try to believe that. What the? Something clearly broke on the first floor. Alright, wait, our knife. And the knife is gone from the nightstand. Keep it there for like 2 days, only to put it down immediately when we need it. Also, what are you talking about driving back home? You walked here. Wait, can I pick this up? No. No, we are dedicated to unreadiness, contrary to what we said before. Need to hide urgently. I can only think of one place to do that. The door is jammed. Great. We're hiding now. was whistling a little tune to himself. The highway outside was really threatening me for a second there. Hey, they got him. That's the guy that called to me from the porch. The neighbor must have seen him and called. Wait, but then what was he doing in his house earlier? From that very first night when I met that strange old man, he scared me to death. But who would have thought that my life would be in his hands? These days I've had many thoughts about what might have happened to me if this old man has bad plans for me. However, all this time I didn't understand that sometimes the very evil that wants to hurt you is less tangible and much closer to you. This guy was stalking us for days, and if he lives in the neighborhood like that, yep, it watches you from the darkest corner of the world you see with your own eyes. I was thinking if he lives in the neighborhood, he probably knew that my friends were away. That's what we could have done. I should have seen more than I was capable of at that moment. From this day on, I learned this lesson. I'm curious to know if there were any others that I missed. So that was Overcome Your Fears, Caretaker. And that was pretty good. I mean, sure, it was a bit bare bones. I kind of wish there had been, a little bit more build up, a little more to flesh out while we were actually going through the experience of taking care of this house. But even though it's not really doing anything super different, I did like how this emphasized one of my favorite parts of the Fears to Fathom games, which is those little elements that you may not even notice amid the obvious red herrings. I'm not saying it's doing anything super profound in its portrayal of these things, and ultimately it's not doing anything really that Fears to Fathom didn't do better. But it's still very much, clearly taking something that inspired the creator and just taking a crack at it, and it's really not a bad attempt. This game's got some good atmosphere, it's got some nice build-up, and ultimately I do appreciate it making it about having the more obvious threats causing us to miss little things going on all around us. Because in Fears to Fathom, the actual danger usually doesn't come in until the last few minutes of the game, but only with the benefit of hindsight are you able to see the horror story that was playing out the entire time. It's just that there's so many red herrings and so much misdirection that you really can't tell what it is until it's chasing you. As I said, this game would have been better if it had some more meat on it. It would have emphasized the build-up and the creepiness, and also allowed for more opportunities for misdirection. Rather than the neighbor who, once again, I thought he was so obvious, it couldn't possibly be him, especially after the incident on the first night. But it wasn't bad, maybe a bit overpriced. At $6, it's kind of a lot for a 1-hour experience, but definitely a huge improvement for the developer over Exit Only. And I think it shows that they understood what made Fears to Fathom good at the very least. So I would definitely encourage them to, continue developing games. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.